Alright guys, Rico.
I'm Dan.
We are two dudes. And today we're going to be talking about what you should be expecting when you first start selling on Amazon as a beginner. Let's go ahead and get into it. The expectations as a beginner should be here. As a beginner should be down here. Your expectations should be very, very low. Like, you shouldn't go into this thinking that you guys are instantly going to become millionaires overnight. You know, I can tell you firsthand, you know, I fell for that, you know, like 3-4 years ago, jumping on the Shopify craze, you know, when everyone's out there, you know, talking about, oh, you can be, you know, a six-figure seller every month, blah, 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 you can make all this money, and you can do it for $5 a day and all this crap. And, you know, going in, you believe it. You see these people driving Lamborghinis and Ferraris and having, you know, all these big houses, or they're renting, you know, Airbnbs in places that you could never even pronounce.
Selling you lifestyle.
Selling the lifestyle of a drop shipper, of a digital nomad, and that just was so far from the truth. Like, you know, my expectation was, oh, I'm going to throw the Shopify store up, I'm going to do this, run some ads, and I'm going to make, you know, $15,000, $20,000 every single month like clockwork. And that is not how it is at all. As a beginner, you should expect to learn the ropes. Whether you're drop shipping on Amazon or drop shipping on eBay or Shopify, you need to have realistic expectations. When we first got into drop shipping on Amazon, we talk about this a lot. We were only expecting to do a couple $1,000s a month. We weren't really expecting.
We thought that was lofty goals.
And we thought, you know, that was like really big. You know, we thought doing $3,000 a month was huge. We're like, oh my God, doing $3,000 a month is big, it's big. You know, and we ended up doing more than that. We ended up doing over double that. And I mean, obviously at that point, you know, we're like, oh my God, we're on to something. But we went in expecting to do less, and then when, you know, the big strike came, you know, that big gold rush, you know, came, we were overjoyed because, I mean, we can't say overjoyed because we were going broke trying to keep up with that.
You're happy to see sales, but then you're miserable because they're coming in.
Spending so much money to keep up with the demand. But, you know, guys, you can't expect to go and become millionaires overnight. It doesn't work that way. And regardless of what your favorite guru says, it doesn't work that way. And we put a challenge out to anyone who says that it works that way. Anyone who says, oh, you know, a complete beginner without any type of knowledge on how to sell anything can magically go and make $100,000 that month. It doesn't work that way, you know. It would be the same as me taking someone from the street and saying, all right, boom, I'm putting up the store for you to make $100,000. They wouldn't know the first thing about how to list a product properly. They wouldn't know how to run paid traffic. They wouldn't know how to market. You know, and that's the thing. You have to know all of those, and the only way that you learn those is through experience.
Yeah, and there's no room for error either. So, like,
there isn't.
You know, if you look at, like, you know, eBay, it's been around for a long time, and they're diehard when it comes to metrics. If your feedback rating is a certain level, it's going to cripple you. You know, and that's just like being a new seller. It's the same way. The companies don't know much about you, and neither do buyers. So there's no innate trust. So if you're going and, you know, going to start from, you know, overnight and, you know, set up an e-commerce business, you know, there's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration, those metrics, and it takes time to build up feedback or you know, review rating on like Amazon. You know, you need to build a trust with your customer base, and eventually you will, and then you'll be rewarded with more sales and prime time views, and that's not something that happens overnight. You know, you're still new to the game. You don't really know what to expect when you get into it. But just know that, like Rico said, you should always keep your expectations low. If they exceed, great, wonderful. You know, then you're doing something right, and you'll be rewarded. But you should not go in with the mentality that you're going to be making $1 million overnight. You can set up 6, 7, 8 different types of stores. They're not going to be making you $1 million right away. And another thing is, and this is something that we didn't really think about getting into it, was the time and effort.
So much time. You know, you can get a virtual assistant. You can do all these things to kind of, you know, limit your time. But if you don't have the upfront capital, you know, how are you going to hire a virtual assistant? Even though they're cheap, even though you can get them for $5-6 an hour, you know, you're still spending money. And it's just a time factor. It's, you know, automating all this stuff. You know, making sure you have autoresponders set up for when people purchase or don't purchase. You can send emails out for that, or, you know, your assistants, and running your ads like automated. Now all this stuff, you know, it costs money, and
your tools,
all your tools, man. Like your tools are very, very important. And
they run the business for you.
They do it, but even there's certain things that can't always be automated. We want you guys to know that it is possible, and I know that you see some of these guys in the Facebook groups, you know, the Amazon FBA groups and all this stuff, and they're like, oh, my first month I did $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. You know, they're edge cases.
Yeah,
we're edge cases.
Yeah, we're edge cases.
We are extreme outliers. Like, we did everything properly, but we also got
lucky.
really lucky.
You have to think of luck in this, because you could list something that you think is going to sell well, and it happened with us. We did it. We sent and primed some products in, to Amazon fulfillment. They're duds.
Yeah.
Like, they move a little bit, but they don't move as quick as we thought, they would after all this.
And that was all the research, everything. Like, everything's good. We went through this. We did everything.
And that's limiting expectations. We came up with the idea that we were going to be millionaires off these products, and they flopped. And you know what? That happens.
Yeah.
Keep your expectations reasonable level, and be prepared for the best, and also be prepared for the worst.
As long as you temper your mentality, as long as up here you know what you can and can't do, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you better understand that you're going to be putting in at least 2-3 hours a night, if not more. Like you said, we listing products on Amazon, eBay, Shopify, like all that stuff is not easy. It's a significant time commitment. So, like we've said previously, we both work full-time jobs. It's not easy to balance this stuff, because customers never take a break from buying, so you can't take a break from selling. And when those orders come in, if somebody has a question, if they want to return, like, there's a lot of things that you need to understand. That when you start selling, you start getting into customer service, and it's a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week, 365-day a year job.
It's customer service, and that's what you guys have to remember. It's all customer service. There's no vacations. There's no vacations. Even in your own vacation,
there's
still
no
working. It's infinitely more fun to do that type of work than it would be to go to a day job or whatever. But you're still working. So just remember that, guys. As a beginner, don't have these ridiculously high expectations. You're going to be the next digital millionaire. And in some cases, you can. Like, we wish everyone all the success in the world. We hope you guys become millionaires, because then that means if you're getting value from us, it's well worth it. But we just want you guys to know that it's not always the case. So you might not be the next digital millionaire, and that's fine. That's cool. You don't have to be a digital millionaire to live a really good life. No. You could be a 6-figure seller. Do $500,000-$600,000 a year and be perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's content.
We're content with what we make.
Yeah.
We're not over here like, oh my god, you want to make more money. Where you're doing $2,000 a day. It's real nice. And it works out for us very, very well. Very comfortably. But just remember that it took a lot of luck. It took a lot of luck, to be happy with your lifestyle, guys. That's what we can really say. That's what people are right now. Happy with, $2,000 a day.
You should not.
$3,000 a day.
You shouldn't be looking at getting into this if you're flat broke. That's another thing. That's an expectation. You need to have money. We just talked, in the previous video we talked about it. You need to have money to start this, so understand getting into it that you should have at least a little capital saved. It will handicap your growth right away if you don't have a lot, but it's understandable. It makes sense. Not everybody has $1 million laying around they can invest in something like this. So, if you don't have a lot of money, save it up, and then you can start. You can always come in with at least some working capital.
The giveaways, weekly giveaways. Jump in the Facebook group if you want weekly giveaways. We give away things every single week, man. We give them away for free because, we make money with what we preach, and we want you guys to see that. We want you guys to know that it's possible, and then we give back to you because you support us. So just think about that a little bit. If your favorite guru, doing like a $20 gift card here and there, chances are they're not practicing what they preach. They're not making any money. So you don't want to follow those guys.
We're not giving back to the community, which rightfully supports them. We should.
Yeah, they're just like I said, man. Giveaways, link in the description below. Our console giveaway, by the time you guys see this, we probably will have already gotten, maybe even the second winner, up. So our first winner is coming up in a couple days. We're about to get 500 subscribers. By the time this video gets released, we'll probably be at 1,000. So that'll be the second console winner. Hey, so every 500 subscribers, we're giving away a console, and that's indefinite. So, hey, if we got to do 2, 3, 4 consoles, giveaway every month, it is what
it's going to happen. Yeah,
it's going to happen. That's our commitment to you guys. We give a console away every single 500 subscribers. Yeah. So if we're growing 2,000, 3,000 subscribers a month, we're
going to be giving away a lot of consoles.
We're going to be giving away a lot of consoles. But hey, it is what it is. Yep. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. All right. So go ahead, go dominate, do what you do. Later.